Pose.
Hello. Welcome to Discussing Fitchburg Now. We're here with the mayors of Leominster and Fitchburg, the Mayor's Show. We have Mayor Dean Mazzarella from Leominster and Mayor-elect Steve DiNatale. So,
hi, everybody.
how are we doing?
Yeah, just barely made it. I made it here with
Typical Dean fashion.
how many seconds?
Right.
Like 5 seconds left.
You had plenty of time to
See that?
spare. That's
Right
right.
in.
That's the way life goes for everybody
Not
today.
Steve. Steve was on time.
I know. I managed by the seconds.
I'm always on time.
I was at this meeting today from 11 this morning till just, till I
Really?
just get out. It's like,
Were you in Concord or something?
well, with the MassDOT meeting.
Oh, okay.
So, another half hour, another half hour, another half. But,
You're on that board, right?
the board. Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. And I think the meetings are long now because the whole green line, the green line was supposed to come in, the line that was to be extended out to, say, Medford and affected and impacted Arlington and Somerville. Well, it was supposed to come in at $2 billion. It came
$2 billion?
It came in at 3.
Yeah, that actually sounds like a reasonable upgrade.
I'm
right?
over here rolling quarters to balance the budget, and it's $1 billion off.
It's probably not done either.
Well,
Oh yeah.
it's
It's only $1 billion now. They haven't started, right?
I think it's going to be done. I think the thing is, where do you get, my question was, I listened to hours of hearings and everybody talk about the project, and there's no question it's a good project. But at the end of the day, where do you get that $1 billion? And then from that $1 billion, you know where it's going to come from. It's going to come from projects west of 495. That's where the money's going to come from. Or if they have to borrow, then that means they have less borrowing capacity. That means less money for this area.
So you help act as a representative for the west of 495 area?
That's the intent. That was, I think, why the governor asked me to be on it, because I yelled and screamed so much about, the other Massachusetts, the one that's, as I like to put it, Boston Metropolitan gets the banana split, and we get the Jimmies.
Are you? There's people further west than you, right? No, on the board, or are you it?
I don't know if there's anybody. The former DPW commissioner in Worcester is on it.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else
Someone
is
from Western
more
Massachusetts.
west. Well, they think we're west of Massachusetts.
Yeah.
They think Western Mass is part of Troy, New
The
York.
boonies.
They think it's part of Albany.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for making chocolate chip cookies. I was kind of half kidding when I said, "Hey, will there be cookies?"
And she
asked.
made them.
I know. I can't
I
believe
put
it.
them in the oven.
Yeah.
I baked them.
What do you mean? If you put them in the oven, you made them.
Came off the roll. You know what I mean?
It's okay.
Put them on the
It's
cookie
like-
sheet.
Hey,
I'm telling you, I'm impressed.
It wasn't even the roll. It was the
Impressed.
little dots.
Oh, the dots.
Just
Oh,
kinda-
boy.
I didn't even have to scoop.
It's okay. Hey,
They make these things real easy nowadays.
You have a job and child and a business and
And still have
job
time to make cookies.
and still
For
have
the
time.
dean.
So let me tell you, this is going a long way.
Jeez.
I don't know how I reciprocate, but this has gone a long way.
Well, you showed up almost on time. Right on time.
Hey, you said
Just
it said on my
7 o'clock.
my schedule 7 o'clock.
He's
so
like,
I was
got
here.
this.
I even heard I had 20 seconds to spare.
They always tell you you're supposed to be here 15 minutes before show.
I tried.
Any-
I left at
any later than
5.
that, and you're late.
I was late.
I left at 5. I left downtown Boston at 5.
I got here about 10 minutes up, so what was my
Well, where'd
excuse?
you leave from?
Well, up the hill.
I left from the hill too, but it wasn't the
Yeah.
hill. It was
Yeah.
Beacon Hill.
Isn't that the hell?
That's it's interesting because it's so nice out. I mean, it's so strange to be in Boston at this
boy,
time of year.
knock on, believe
People
me.
ice skating.
Someone posted a picture today of their daffodils.
Really?
I posted my. I don't know what these things are, but I got flowers in front of my house that are like in full bloom.
Yeah, those little
crazy.
white and yellow ones.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know what
it's still
those
going.
things are.
You're really
but
getting your money's worth.
I got my money's worth out of those.
Don't say anything.
Oh, well,
Quiet.
It's New
It
England.
hasn't snowed
Oh,
yet.
I know. That's right.
It hasn't
Yeah.
snowed. What's
get-
going on?
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's New England. And
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
you take it while you can for as long. It allows us to get a lot of these outdoor projects that we anticipated. You kind of have a deadline. You say, all right, let's get everything wrapped up by November.
And
then
then it goes a couple
if
weeks.
you get extra time and the weather's nice, you extend it out.
So what have you been doing?
Me?
Yeah. What have you guys been doing?
We're busy. We've got half the town touring up with projects that, again, we're trying to finish up all around town. We call it the Rockwell Village section of the city, and that's where that project is going, where the YMCA is. That's
Oh,
where
yeah.
City Place is, we call it. And
Adams Street?
The Adams Street area, so they're doing all the sidewalks and the water lines and the sewer lines and everything over. And the weather's just been so nice that, we're trying to get as much as we've done, as we possibly can. And then the engineers are working on Mechanic Street, because we're doing that over next year. And then the engineers are over on Route 12, Central Street, towards Sterling, because, believe it or not, that project is $9.3 million. It starts in Sterling, it ends down by
Is it a
Christina's.
water, sewer, gas line?
It's a whole road improvement
Whole
project.
road improvement.
Yeah.
What did you guys do? Did you already do the separation years ago?
We
Was
did
it years
separation a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. I mean, it's, people were on sump pumps, and it's not an easy thing to do. Somebody's got water in their basement, but we worked. What we did.
They
is
were
we,
just doing it, and weren't they just doing it on Whitney Street a couple of years ago?
We're all done. We're done. Well, we may have. I mean, there's still some. Even when you're done, you still find some places where there is like water still gushing into the system, and so anybody that might be watching, it's separating the storm water from the sewer system.
Right.
And if you don't, then all that water ends up at the treatment plant. You have to process it, and just like you would waste. And you really don't have to. It's senseless to handle it that way, because it really could just go right into the.
When they originally designed the system, it just all went to the same place.
Well, it was inexpensive. Now with utility cost and treatment cost, you want to separate that, and it gives you extra capacity in your system in the event that you need it for a business that comes to town. So we got it done, and thank God it was a long and painful process.
It's once again those marvelous unfunded mandates. The feds just tell you, do it.
Yeah, and they give you a date, and then
you figure it out.
And then there's
and you pay for
fines.
it.
Fines.
Oh yeah.
So has Fitchburg been paying a fine, or did they reach the point where they were going to start being?
Yeah,
fined?
they were gonna. They were kicking. We kicked the can, and finally they said, "Look, can kicking is over. You got to do it." So, and it's going to take another. I think it's another 15 years.
For Fitchburg's sewer separation?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, you can't do it all at once.
Do you know what's next on the list?
What do you mean? What section?
Yeah.
Pumping it all in the office.
Yeah, I don't know
what
if I'm
they're
getting
doing right
sewer
now. They may
anytime
not be
soon.
doing anything right now because of the coming into winter. Maybe.
Wow. Yeah.
Next
on
Yeah.
the list.
Button it
I know
up.
John Fitch's Highways looks good.
Yeah, it looks excellent.
Yep. Repaved it. Yep.
What's that? Hey, that's what I wanted to ask you. Down on Electric. No, is that Electric? South Street and Electric, that big Christmas tree out there? Whose is that? Is that the doctor's office?
I think
there?
Halstead
Oh,
Insurance.
it's the insurance
That's right.
company.
The
That's really
insurance
cool.
company. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Somebody every
thinking
year.
you guys should take that to Leominster, like they do in Nova Scotia, and they bring the tree to Boston, and then we'll find the tree and we'll deliver it to you. And
We'll work it out.
I heard what happens there. I heard that story.
what's that?
Some Nova Scotia tree to.
They cut it down and they bring it to Boston every year.
That's what it was. Boston.
Every year. And what hurts is on
Some
TV.
giant tree?
I just walked by that tree today, and I was just looking at it, saying it really is. It's like there's got to be a million lights on it. But on TV, it always looks like it's so big. It's really not that big of a tree. It's huge, but not.
Yeah,
it's big, but not as big as
TV
you
ads
think.
20 feet.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
yeah, I ain't going there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a beautiful tree with tons of lights on it. But
Yeah, last year I remember it was the Seattle Seahawks colors.
yeah.
Oh,
At
yeah?
that point, it was the only point where I was like,
Yeah. No, I don't know. We go through this whole thing every year about lights. And I'll hear people at the tree light, and they'll say, "I just wish they would, bring those white lights back because we got all colored." And then one year, we literally changed all the light bulbs. They were all colored light bulbs, and we changed thousands of them
To do white.
to do white. And then
Nobody
we got
liked
them in
it.
white, and everybody said, "Hey,
Why
what?"
don't go back to the
what
color
happened
one,
to
right?
the color? So so we've gone back to, and that's how it's staying. That's it. We're never
changing again.
so it's
Yeah.
colored now?
Colored now. That's it.
I don't
We're
know.
trying
I
to.
like them both.
Yeah.
I appreciate
well,
them
guess
both.
what? I'll bring you one light. I'll buy you a package of light bulbs.
You can't have
String.
white in one section,
No,
color.
we're done. No,
in
that's it.
No, that
Democracy's over. We listen to everybody. It's my fingers literally had
55%.
calluses on them.
From changing light bulbs.
Yeah, we had like volunteers in there. We were running strings from the front door of City Hall all the way through the auditorium. They were breaking. We were just.
My constituents
Yes, they
want
want white.
light bulbs.
I give 'em
They'll
white.
get white light bulbs.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden they're like, nah, you know what? I think the colored ones were better. So we went with the LED lights, colored. Everybody, now people say, it's too bad we don't have the clear ones. And I say, if you bring about 30 of your friends to like
do it,
4
to do
nights and bring a bunch of bulbs, we'll change them around.
We'll do it just for you.
That's the end of that conversation. It ends pretty much right there.
Yep. So all our trees are lit now. I saw you with your festive garb.
That's right.
Roasting the chestnuts.
You know, I did that one year, and I rented a outfit, sort of the Dickens.
Yeah, Dickens.
And I said, they said, what do you want to do this year? Every year I did something different, hot cider or cookies or something. I'm like, I think I'll do chestnuts this year. Of course, chestnuts were like $2 a pound. Of course, Castañas. When I went to buy them, they were like $2 a pound. When I went to buy them, 50 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
They were like
$6
a pound,
Yeah.
like $6 a pound.
Yep.
Anyway, so I did it, and then I think it was just sort of like expected that I would do it like the following year. And so, like 18 years later, I'm still
You still
cooking
doing the chestnuts?
I still do them.
You've been chestnuts 18 years.
Have you ever had a chestnut?
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
What's a chestnut?
No? Never had one?
No.
They're outstanding.
Really?
Oh,
So
yeah.
how do you break them?
You cut them. I have a special knife.
Oh yeah.
You got to
Like
open it up a little
like a lobster cracker?
bit. Well, no.
No.
You cut them with a knife.
Yeah.
Make
almost
a little
like-
slit in it so when it's baking, when it's roasting,
Oh, it
it
doesn't
doesn't
pop.
explode. Right.
And then
So you got to
it
slit
opens
each
up.
one.
Right.
You can watch them. They turn like a brown.
Yeah.
I cook them right before. I like them nice and tender. Yeah.
Yes,
Let them
right.
cool.
That's the trick.
But for a lot of
Nice and
people,
tender.
they've never had a chestnut. So you say, "Have you had chestnut?" And they're kind of like apprehensive, like. This isn't like a test, like we're testing monkeys. Or if you don't like it, you don't have. And they're like, "Yeah, I'll try one." And some people
Do you
really
put
like
sugar
them.
on it,
No,
or just-
you just eat them. So, or if it's cold, you just keep it. I wrap them up in aluminum foil so they're still cooking when I hand
How
them to
big are they?
people. Oh, like that.
Like this big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I let them, and a lot of times they'll take them and just stick it. You can hang on to them to keep you warm like a hand warmer.
You see them in the grocery store. They're usually in a bushel basket.
seen them.
Yeah.
You
Go
never
over
had
and get a
chestnuts,
go,
yeah.
go buy a
I
half
should
a
roast some
pound.
chestnuts
Try 'em for
someday.
crying
You never had a
out loud.
chestnut?
Yeah.
Come on. Well, that's the thing. Is so people could come and they can try them, and sometimes I see them like off into the shrub, and then some come back.
Tried it, they
and then
tried it.
sometimes people come back and say, "That was really good. Can I have another one?" I'm
Another
like,
one.
yeah. And so I don't know. It's pretty much turned into a tradition now where I just keep cooking
The
them.
trick is getting them cooked to where they.
Right.
You probably
They're not
gotta
too
do-
hard.
Well, you can open them up easy too because
Right.
sometimes they're a pain
Yeah.
to separate the shell.
You don't cook it enough?
The shell from the
don't have
from the
patience.
nut itself. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it doesn't come off easy,
Yeah, you toss
it's
it,
going,
right? You
It's going
toss it.
south. I'll find some little kid. Hey, kid,
Yeah.
see the fuzzy part?
Even
see the
at
fuzzy,
$6
fuzzy
a pound,
part.
$6
See the fuzzy
a pound, but it's
You
not
sit there and peel
too
that
cold.
off. A couple hours later, things are going to taste
That's right.
real good.
Yeah.
See that? We could talk all night about chestnuts. Who'd have thunk?
Oh, you start talking about food.
I don't know
Talk
if it's
all
an,
night
I don't
about
know if
food.
it's an Italian thing though, but maybe it is, because
What's that?
it's castañas.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
mean, in Italy,
Castagna, that's
Castagna,
the
that's the
Italian,
Italian
word
word,
for
yeah,
chestnut.
a lot of, and then there
Every-
was a
every
disease
holiday.
that ate,
Yeah.
that kind of killed a lot of. But now they have like a disease-resistant sort of trees. But they have them around here. You can grow chestnuts.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I've
yeah,
seen it.
of course you can.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Right.
It's a cold weather
Sure it is.
tree, I guess.
I know there's a lot of American chestnut wood that they used, and
Oh,
it
it's
all
beautiful
got
wood.
wiped out from
Yeah.
disease.
Oh, before I forget, I wanted to make you so jealous.
Oh,
tonight,
yeah?
And I forgot because I was in a hurry.
That's not hard.
I wanted to bring my cutting board just to like make you jealous.
Oh yeah, is it fancy?
So it came, it came from my store, from my business. We get things from the Amish people,
Yeah.
make furniture and all these things. So Daniel is a guy that doesn't tell you his age. He's an Amish guy, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, just outside of Lancaster. He lives in Paradise.
But if you were to guess,
Honest to God, like maybe 80, 82, but I think he's older. Anyway,
Yeah.
Daniel's son makes the brooms in our store. We have these brooms. You
Really?
know, like, bristle brooms.
Where'd you find this guy?
You know me.
Yeah.
I can strike up a conversation anywhere. Anyway, I've got to know them all down there.
Really?
I've gotten to know them all. So anyway, his son makes the broom. Smart kid, and big farm. And so I was talking to somebody. He goes, "Go over and see my father." And I'm like, "What's he doing?" He said, "Just go down this," and everything's a long road down there. Everything. So you go down this long road. Take a left. Take a right at that first barn, and then you go down a little bit. You'll see the last barn, and my father should be sitting there. And I go in there, and he's sitting there whittling little round, small, little
Like feet?
round, no, little cups like with lids on them. And I said, "You Daniel?" And he said, "Yeah." This is how he met him. I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Who's asking?" You know, one of those deals. And I said, "Dean." And he said, "I'm making gifts for my grandkids." There's like rows and rows.
Oh, he's got
and
a lot
I
of
said,
grandkids?
"Daniel, can I just ask a question?" Well, he said, "How many grandkids do you have?" He says, 65.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So he's making these little things, and then he fills them up with candy, and he gives them to them all. But anyway, here's
Like
what I wanted
Santa's
to tell
workshop.
you. Here's what I wanted to tell. Yeah. So here's what I wanted to tell you. One of his. So they don't throw anything away. So any leftovers there might be for furniture that they make. They had oak. And so they would take, and he would make these little footstools. You know, kid wants to slide and jump on bed.
That's
or
what
something.
your husband does, doesn't he?
Wow,
Woodwork
get
like
into that.
Woodworking
Get into
stuff.
that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then I looked over. He said, "Hey, check this out." So this is, you know, I already know him now. So he said, "Check." Now he
I
wants.
already know.
Now he wants to
We're
tell me
good friends
everything.
now.
Yeah. So he says, "Check this out," and I'm like, "Oh, I can't wait because I know what I'm going to do with this." And it's a cutting board, and it says Lancaster, it's burnt in, whatever you do there, engraving.
Yeah.
That says
Wood
Lancaster,
burning.
Pennsylvania. I said, I can't wait.
Or maybe a
to
brand.
show this to Sam because I'm going to tell her
thick is it?
I'm starting my own business. Just a little thick like
Like
that.
that, yeah.
But he makes
So
them.
you got you competition?
No. But I bought one because I wanted to show it to you. But he makes them, and one of his 65 grandkids does all the little etching to it and stuff. Yeah. I think
Oh, is it
65
all? Oh, is it
grandkids.
all designed, or is it
Wow.
just one little area?
No, the whole. The kid's got nothing but time, so he just sits there and I'll show it to you. But I meant to bring it with me tonight because she does that. Her and her husband.
I
do
might
that.
have been. I
And
might have been impressed.
And I'm like,
So-
no, I want you to be
Yeah.
jealous. I was going to tell you I'm starting. No, I was going to tell you I'm starting my own business, and we're going to start making cutting boards.
What was it made of? What kind of wood? You know what? You don't know what it
The
is?
point is, she makes whatever.
Yeah.
She makes all that stuff.
But how much did the guy clip you for that?
I won't even tell you.
It was a lot of money, I'll bet.
No.
Oh, was it?
Like
Really?
$10, $5
Come
or
on.
something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I'd be in
Okay.
trouble.
He told me. That's
wouldn't
right.
get a
See,
break.
I'm
Yeah,
undercutting.
trouble.
I'm
That's right.
undercutting you.
That's right.
But he makes.
I'm gonna undercut you.
You should see all the cool stuff they make. I mean, there's nothing they don't make up there. They just, if they get busy, they just set another brother up or another cousin. And
Well,
they
65 grandkids, Mike.
keep 65 grandkids he's
Wow.
got.
That's a lot of
Daniel.
grandkids.
Wow.
I know.
My mom has one.
So how many kids did he have?
Oh, I don't-
mean, what did he have? 15?
He had,
Probably?
I think, over 10, between 10 and 12.
Wow.
And it's amazing because they all, those sheds.
work?
You know those sheds that people have in their backyards, near the pool, you put your tools in it.
Yeah.
They make 5,000 a month of those sheds
Really?
up there, and they ship them all over the East Coast.
I bet you they're well made. Too.
Oh,
They're not,
they're-
you never buy another one.
Nothing ever. We sell chairs in our store, like rockers, and not one. And nothing we've ever bought from them has ever come back. Nothing have we ever brought back. And has a customer ever come in and said, it warped, it turned, the screw popped, ever. Imagine that. Not one single thing
Yeah.
we've ever bought
That's
from them.
nice thing with quality.
It's amazing. They're just,
You don't get callbacks with quality.
And they make kitchen tables you can't even lift.
Really, yeah.
I mean, they're expensive, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's all,
Yeah.
you forget because
But they last
You go
forever.
somewhere now, it's like John's Furniture Company, him and his wife are sitting on the leather sofa or something, and it's just not the same stuff anymore, These guys make, well, anyway, that was part of my joke tonight, but because I was late, and I barely had enough time to get here, but I had to share that with you. But I will say, I'll send you a picture of it, but I was going to tell her that I'm competing with her, and,
Yes,
good.
it would have been funny.
No, you would have probably been upset. Like, I can't believe it. We just bought a building, all these things.
Oh no, Dean!
The guy's buying
He's
it.
taking
Hey.
over again.
$5. He's buying them for $5.
Okay, we're going to take a little break, and we're gonna cut to a video. Okay, this is pretty cool.
Is this sad? We won't tell anybody what that story was.
So that was a video by Jermaine Steffinger.
That was really good.
That was
Yeah,
nice.
wasn't that cool?
Awesome. I like the music on that one. There
Oh yeah, you like that?
made me feel like that ride at Disney, Soar. You know, you ever go
Was
on
that-
ride, Soar?
Is it a plane?
Yeah,
Oh.
simulate. You know, you're up there and soaring.
I wouldn't know.
I'm picturing it.
You haven't been on that ride?
No.
Was that the
Rock Walk?
Walk? Is
Yeah.
that what it was? Yeah,
Where
saw
was
the
that?
people.
Where was that?
So Rollstone Hill, up where they paint the rock.
Where the boulder
Oh,
is.
geez,
Yeah,
the
where the
rock
boulder.
top, where they paint the rock every year.
So Pete Capadagli from the Boulder Art Gallery's got a plan to do like a self-guided tour from the Boulder, and you go up Main Street, go up Rollstone Street, and then there's like kiosks that direct you how to get up from the Boulder up to the Rollstone Hill, where you take like a nice trail up to the top, and then you can get a 360-degree view.
We had a big crowd. We did it one time.
Yeah.
And,
There were about 60 people.
Yeah.
Is that what the drone was taking a picture
Yeah,
of those
yeah, they
people?
saw those
Yeah, because
people.
all
Yeah.
up there. I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you get that many people up there?
Yeah, it was like a month ago or
Yeah.
2 months ago.
Yep.
We have a spot. If you go to the end of Exchange Street, there's a trail that brings you up through where the old quarry was.
Yeah.
Used to, mine granite.
That Ricker's Pond, or is that up that way?
Up that way. Yeah, I mean that's one way to get
Yeah.
Is
there.
that up past the high school?
Well, Exchange Street, like the back side of it, like the old Pheasant Run, the ski area.
Yeah.
So you go up there, you follow it all the way up, and you go to the top, and if you can get to the tippity top, there's a lookout.
Yeah.
And you're looking out towards Mount Wachusett, but it's absolutely beautiful.
Good views.
But it's a haul. I mean, it takes some hot pumping to get
I
up there.
learned how to ski. Pheasant Run.
Pheasant Run?
Pheasant Run.
I learned too, but I don't think I ever learned. I mean,
Yeah.
I went down the hill.
I was not good, but
No,
I
yeah,
was.
yeah.
I learned there, and then I used to ski Mount Wachusett.
Mount Wachusett,
You know?
yeah. That's when I could afford
Yeah.
to go.
That's
Mount
great.
Wachusett?
Yeah.
No, Pheasant Run in Mount Wachusett.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was cheap at the
Rope
time. It
tow.
wasn't really expensive.
Yeah, you can get the season pass for like $269
I know, but this
for the
was
whole
like
year.
$5 for like a week.
That's
Right. Yeah.
It was like
back
really
then.
cheap.
But back then, $5 was a lot, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
I don't know.
Back in
I don't know,
1957?
People are always changing their bindings
What's up
and they
there?
have
What's up there? It's all houses.
houses up there now.
Yeah.
We bought all the backside of the land. So if you go,
Conservation?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we bought it all with grants, little at a time. We purchased all that land. I mean, it's one of the pieces I guess in retrospect, if I was around, I probably, who knows, right? The timing and how much money you have, but it's really a nice piece of property that would have
yeah.
been fun to own.
Yeah.
And then down below was the golf course.
Okay.
Pheasant Run
Yeah.
golf course. That would have been interesting to own, but you can't own everything. The city has to have
Is
some.
that there's a Pheasant Run golf course?
At the bottom of the hill, there's a
Really?
golf
I didn't know
course down
that.
there. Yeah.
I'm still thinking Monooshnock, and that's it. I mean,
Grandview
really?
and-
Grandview.
yeah.
Grandview's open again, isn't it?
Grandview's open. Yeah.
Yeah, because they had closed it, right?
Another
Made it a
sport
sanctuary.
I can't afford to play.
Is that right?
I do drive by. You wave to everybody.
Like, yeah. Been there. So,
You're the mayor. They shouldn't be charging you.
I don't. So you know what they did to me one year? Honestly, this is kind of funny, but they asked me to be a judge in a hole-in-one contest. So I get up to Grandview, and they said, "Okay, so all you do is we're going to bring
so
you
when the
out."
ball goes in the hole.
Right. So they said, "We'll bring you out to the seventh hole, whatever hole it was. We're going to bring you out to that hole." And they brought me in a golf cart and said, "Just sit here, and as everybody comes through, you just you got to be the witness." Well, for a long time, nobody came through. So I'm getting comfortable, and I start to slouch around because now when things are quiet and I settle down, I'm kind of like the dentist chair, fall asleep. So I'm like crouching back. Next thing I know,
Not something you're used
my
to.
My feet are up on the wheels. I'm slouched back, sun. I'm just kind of laying there. My eyes are closed. All of a sudden, I hear these people screaming. I'm like, I look
You're
up.
supposed to witness the hole in one.
Yeah,
right?
they're yelling.
Did they get it?
It went in, and I'm like, oh no, 'cause, it's like you win a car or
You
something.
didn't. You didn't see it go
No,
in.
I didn't see it go in, but they were kidding. I'm like sweating it out. I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? Like, that wasn't funny.
What is that? Is that a 9-hole up there?
Yeah.
Grandview?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't fair. That was not funny. In the moment, it wasn't funny.
I was just reminded to talk about the Lungs Joe race in 2016.
Who reminded you of that?
Jermaine. with the
The
board. you
drone
see?
man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Hey, drone man, what are you doing?
So 2016, the big plan is, like we did last year with the food trucks. What we tried to do in Fitchburg, but Leominster stole all the good
Stole?
weather.
What do you mean stole?
Yeah, stole the weather.
Yeah,
I'm going to start selling cutting boards.
That's rain.
Just for that.
Oh,
rain,
why
right?
not? Just take it all.
Let's sell cutting boards. $4.99. If you call before midnight, we'll give you a knife.
Look at this guy.
Cutting in.
He's going to lose money
Amish
to get the
Hey, wait a
market
minute.
share.
I better take these
No more
first.
cookies for
See?
you.
I
Amish
knew
cutting
that.
boards.
See?
I mean, who'd have thunk?
So the plan is to do more of a festival
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Party?
Huh?
Like party on down?
Yeah, with the bicycles, with the race,
Everybody
and
likes
food
a party.
trucks. And so we're in Fitchburg, we're combining it with Fitchburg Rides,
Cool.
right? With the Historical Society bike.
The old bikes.
Yeah, the old bike
Ivor
show
Johnson bikes.
and the
Yep.
trade swap.
Yeah.
Whatever those guys do there, and the bike show.
Now, if we can arrange to have nice weather, we'll be
That would be
ahead of the
perfect.
game.
It is amazing. I got to say, I attended Long Show in Fitchburg, many, many years.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'd go a couple of years, and then something would come up, I wouldn't go. And I'd stand up near, like, that corner. What's the name of that place you have all your fundraisers there? Right on the corner there.
Putnam and
Boulder Drive?
Boulder.
Yeah, up around that area
and
there.
Boulder.
Up around there. What's
Yeah.
the nightclub around there? I don't know. What is it called?
There was a nightclub there.
No,
Now-
it's open now. You guys have
The
fundraisers
Boulder
and stuff there.
No,
No, down.
Slattery's? No.
That's
what are you
okay.
talking about?
Anyway, I'd stand right on the corner.
The
They come
Starry.
Yeah, around there.
The
They come
Starry.
flying around the
Right.
corner.
Yeah.
The Starry, that's it.
Yeah.
They come flying around the corner.
Yeah.
It's really intense. And so the first time we did it in Leominster, I told people, I said, you're really going to get into this. You think you're going to come here for like a half hour, and you're not leaving. So people came down, and their reaction was really, really intense.
They got into
and
it.
they ended up staying and eating. And the two narrators, the two commentators
Oh,
that they
yeah.
have are outstanding.
They're great.
They know everything. They're on the loudspeakers, and they tell you everything about the riders and their kids and their grandparents. I mean, anything you could ever imagine. It's really, everyone should experience it.
Don says maybe we'll
I
have
was gonna
chestnuts
say,
at the
yeah.
food
That's
truck.
not Don.
That's it. That's
a
injure me.
chestnut food truck.
Injure me.
Oh, Don's there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Don said he's reminding us. He knows what he's doing.
Don, I'm bringing my drone. We're bringing a drone. We're going to fly it over.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be fun?
They were talking about maybe getting a helicopter
Really?
to film the race.
You don't need it. You need a drone.
Well, supposedly there's some
lot cheaper.
issue
There is.
with drone and insurance
Licenses and stuff.
over a
Forget
bicycle
your man.
race.
Just have him use his gizmo.
Yeah,
they
there's
got-
something with
they got
insurance.
rules
If it
now.
Oh, really? You
falls,
can't do it? Really?
But you could do
You
it with a
can't.
helicopter.
Yeah.
You can't do it with a drone?
Well,
come on.
I think the
they have rules about how close you can come to airport, just everything. They do, but there are some people in town that are really up on
Yeah.
the whole rules and everything and insurance and all
It's all
that.
new
so.
stuff, though. It's all new legislation and everything, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I know. But the thing is,
Yeah.
what's really funny is I can't wait to see how many people end up with drones after Christmas. They get
Oh,
gifts.
forget it.
drones.
I did see
'Cause they're not
Amazon
expensive.
talking it to me.
Really? Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, look at these
You
things.
can
And I
get
was
'em
like,
cheap.
no,
Cheap,
no.
$100 you can
Yeah,
buy one.
yeah, yeah.
I've
Yeah,
seen
for a
them
little
in-
one.
Yeah, a little in catalogs. I mean, they're cheap. It really are. $99. I mean, that kind of thing.
I
Yeah.
don't have time to fool around
Yeah.
with a drone, but I like them. I've seen people using them, and it's pretty interesting. And
You can get some cool
They're good of
views.
good use. Like in your business, if you needed to get like to the top of the fire station to look at, what's going on up there, right? If there's brick loose, or you're looking
yeah.
at, roof slate roofs or damage. Like I use them in, I could use them in my flagpole company because you
That's
can't really
it.
see
That's
up
it. We're
there.
getting a drone.
See what it's
You can't
gonna
really
look like
see
when the
up
flag's
there.
up there.
Well, you
Yeah.
can't see any damage. Like a lot of
Yeah.
times, it's
Oh,
things
is
are
that
broken,
right?
and you got to send somebody up there, and it's expensive for the customer. If you
I'm
had a
getting my dad a
drone
drone for Christmas. That's it.
and a cutting
It's a
board,
great idea.
and a chocolate chip cookie.
Jesus.
Oh, he's gotten
And a cutting board.
So you could send a drone up at the top of the flagpole, look down, see
Yeah.
if there's any damage or what needs to be replaced. It's a fairly inexpensive way to do it, right? So there are a lot of positive uses for,
Oh, yeah.
for drones.
That's a great idea.
They can't make
'Cause then-
chocolate chip cookies, but
So then we're not climbing up on these giant lifts and ladders that are 40 feet in the air,
Right.
hovering over
Right.
the Leominster fire
Yes.
station, like
Yeah. So there are a lot of good uses for
or
for
climbing
drones.
up to the top of that city hall, that cupola.
Yeah, that's fun though.
You're pretty high up
Yours?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you get up there and you got to anywhere.
climb that
Anywhere,
ladder.
even Fitchburg, you got all these cool vantage
yeah,
points
yeah.
where let's face it, the whole area is hills. Leominster's 12 hills, Fitchburg's hills. And if you could get into some of these buildings, some of the views from the different vantage points are just amazing.
I was
yeah.
up on the roof of the Historical Society.
Huh?
The Historical Society, the roof.
Oh, yeah? Good view.
Just beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
you could see everything.
Last year, Ashley Green, reporter for the photographer for the Sentinel, she climbed up to the top of the First Parish Church at the Upper Common.
Yeah.
And took pictures from the Longs Joe
Oh,
from the
yeah.
top
How
of that
cool.
church right there.
Now this year she'll be replaced by a drone. No, but just think in the day, you know how important the church bells were and the whole sort of cathedral at the top and the cross. I mean, how important those things were.
Now
'Cause
they're electronic.
now electronic. I know, but at least they're still there. You know,
Yeah.
like they just did St. Cecilia's, and there was a big debate.
I could see you as the bell ringer.
Yeah, Quasimodo.
Really, Quasi?
Yeah, give me a
He-
chocolate
he
chip
wears
cookie.
the-
I'll
you
stay
just-
here all
he's
day.
already got
See,
the outfit.
chocolate chip cookies. He's in.
Just give me a cookie. I'll stay here all day. What time is it? No, but it's part of the. You know, I live up on the hill, and it's part of the whole culture, the whole part of the icon of St. Cecilia's and that whole area there. They have the bells go off every hour.
That's a beautiful church.
It's gorgeous.
I mean, really.
I hear the fires. I think I hear the fire horn.
Well,
from
it's
where
another
I
story
am.
because a lot of times they were talking about they couldn't find the parts. You know, they sound that off.
Yeah.
You know, the fire horn, and they're like, yeah, it's obsolete. Everybody's got the scanners on your phone, and we're like, yeah, but it's tradition. So they're like make pieces to keep this thing alive now. You know, it goes off at 8 in the morning, noon.
I was going to say, you
6
still
at
do
night.
that.
Oh yeah,
You still have the, yeah.
I hear it at noon. Like,
it's noon.
Time
right.
for lunch.
Exactly. And I love it when people aren't from around here and they're in your office. What the heck was that?
Not everybody does that, I guess, huh? Or what?
I think at one time everybody had it,
Yeah.
and then they also used to do an air raid drill at one time.
Right,
Cities
right.
and towns had
Yeah.
a woo, this long howling,
Yeah, yeah.
and they sent it out. They tested it every so often in case the Russians were coming or anything. So
The Russians.
yeah, well that's what that's what
the
they were
Russians
afraid
are
of.
coming. The Russians are coming. That's a film. That's a movie. I'm dating myself.
is that like Mystery Science Theater 2000-esque? Yeah. You know, is
That was a funny movie. Funny movie. Alan Arkin.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Worth watching.
Oh yeah. It was. I'm telling you, rent it. Get it on Netflix. You'll laugh your head
It's
off.
so old, it's not even on.
It's
like,
not even. Well, it's 60.
Net
when was it
Star,
made?
yeah, whatever
In
it
the
is.
early 60s, I think. Maybe
Russians are
mid-60s.
coming.
The Russians are coming.
What's
The Russians are coming.
Last movie you went to see
At a theater?
At a theater.
God. Yeah, really.
I
Dean,
don't
you know
have time
what
to
I think
go.
it was? And I think I slept
I
through it,
won't
believe
tell
it or
you,
not. It
because
was the
I'll be embarrassed.
one of those Lord of the Rings things. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
the last one I went to see.
We used to have a deal like I had
tried
with
to
my
watch
kids.
that.
Yeah.
I go to sleep and you watch the movie and we leave it right here. One of those deals.
I
So what was the last
asked.
one?
I'd be embarrassed to tell you.
Oh, well, all the more reason I want to know.
I don't remember.
It
I
was
think
the
that was the last
Titanic,
one
I
I saw.
think.
Titanic.
Was
Isn't that sad?
I saw that
I won't
movie
tell you.
theater.
I won't tell you what happens at the end. Just in case you didn't see it.
What was
Yeah,
that?
wait a minute.
15 years ago?
Oh,
18?
yeah.
Oh yeah, it had to be. Yeah.
I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
I just never get a chance. I don't watch TV. I never get a chance to do it. So I'm a big radio. I listen to everything on radio. You listen to anything on radio now.
You do serious radio, that kind of
No,
thing?
I cut
You know?
that loose. I have
though.
an internet radio.
Really?
And you could just pick up. It's just
What about in the car?
endless.
Oh, you listen to internet radio in the car?
Oh, I wish I had my little thing. I have one of those little those key speakers there. You ever see them? They're hooked up Bluetooth, and they're just this big. Kids in Boston all walk around. Everybody's got one. You think
big.
there's like a concert in their backpack.
Oh, yeah? Is it
You ever
loud?
seen them? They're just little tiny things like this, and Bluetooth from your phone, and you can listen to it. It sounds like a concert.
You've lost me. Yeah.
It's a little round thing.
Really?
It's literally this big.
What's it, tie-
It's a
tie
speaker.
off of the phone
you
or
can
something?
hook it up to. Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes off. So if you can get music on your phone.
He's like a millennial.
Yeah, a millennial. But the
Yeah.
kids in Boston, they all got them. I'm like, I got to get one of those.
So tie into your Pandora, right?
Anything. Yeah, you play it through there. It's in my car. You want me to go get it?
See, that was the extent of my knowledge of that Pandora. That's
It's
all
easy.
I
I
know.
can show you how to do it in 2 seconds. But anyway, it's kind of cool. It's like that big, and you just play. So I listen. So there's nothing I can't get today that you can't. You know what I mean? So you don't have to watch the past game.
You're on
You
it.
can-
You're with the new technology.
You can multitask by listening to the Red Sox. I mean, I don't think I've watched too many games on TV, the Red Sox, but I prefer to listen to them on the radio.
I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but baseball's become boring. To me.
Yeah, well, you listen
You know what I
to
mean?
it. It's much
Yeah,
better.
maybe it is. Yeah,
You could
but I mean,
like-
watching it.
you
I
could
do
I
like-
like it
it's
on in the
boring.
background.
You could like paint your house,
It's
and the
too
game's
slow.
still going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too slow.
Yeah.
I like to watch it at the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause it
Like-
takes forever.
You go in at like 8 in the morning. You get out at 10. It's still the second inning. Top of the second.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that, Dean on top of technology.
No.
Facebook. Everyone was asking, are we going to see Steve DiNatale on Facebook? Dean does a great job.
I'm on Facebook. I have a page on. I have my thing
You
on
might have it
Facebook.
right.
You have a page.
You might have it right.
Yeah, thank you.
Low profile.
Thank you. Exactly.
Once you're in,
That's right.
Once
Yeah.
you're into this thing,
Oh, yeah.
there ain't no coming out.
Yeah.
Dean
Yeah.
responds like that.
But
to
I got to tell
everyone.
you, I think
What time's the winter stroll?
The-
87,000
times.
questions.
But I will tell you that the amount of faxes never come. I mean, if anybody sends a fax now, it's like, you know, they have a pretty good chance of getting you because, like, wow, the fax machine went up. We all run to it. It's like free trip to the Bahamas.
Oh, it's
Call
all-
this ain't
Yeah, yeah.
Garbage.
But we're getting more and more messages through Facebook, and
For the city.
yeah, more
issues.
constituent things and more of the business things on email. So the more things like what time's the festival, what are they building down there, what time's this? Did
And
you
this
hear
is
anything about-
directed right at you,
Right at
just
me.
to you,
Yeah, I get it.
and
On
you
my phone.
respond.
I respond.
How do you have time to do
I
that?
make time. Like I said, I don't probably respond to as many.
Well, you can do it on the phone.
You can do it on the
anywhere
phone.
we
Well, I
are.
know that, but,
You know, just that's
but I
it.
mean,
It's
do
right
you,
there.
you respond right away, or do like
If I don't, there's like 20 more.
Somebody Facebooks you, and you don't get back to them until tomorrow because you're in a meeting or something.
I get back to them right
You
away
do.
because if you don't, it piles up, and then you're going to sit there for 2 hours responding to people and
you're
giving
a
them one-line answers.
But you're
like,
a celebrity.
yes,
You're supposed to
No.
have somebody do that for you, aren't you?
I guess you can. I don't, you know, but that just means, you know what I'm saying? That just means somebody
Yeah.
else has got to get involved. I don't mind if I know the answer to something. Makes me feel smart. You know, I know the answer to something. You know? No, I don't.
How do you deal with the kooks?
Well,
must
I'm
get-
one of them, so it's,
Well, I'm talking about
Ah,
people that just throw out anything.
Yeah, that happens.
That happens.
That's life.
I
I,
know.
mean, that's.
Do you
that's
respond?
Yeah, sure.
You do.
Listen, after 22 years, and
Yeah.
I was 10 years ago, I mean, there's not much people
that's
know.
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
shown people my colonoscopy pictures. I mean, there's not much people don't know about me.
he's an oversharer.
No, I mean, just, I find it intriguing. I'm like,
Whoa.
look at, but you know what I'm saying?
want to see my colon.
Why? It was interesting. You know why I did it?
Well, first thing I'm going to do when I leave, go to Dean's Facebook.
Oh, but you see,
See it. No, but you know how many guys, do you know how long I agonized with the fact, I think I was like
no,
12.
I'm going to put it off. I'm going to put it off.
No, I think I was like 12 and heard about it. And I heard stories about it, right? I agonized from like I was 12 years old till I was 50 about getting this done. I'm
Sure.
serious.
And then it
'Cause
wasn't
people-
that bad, and you had to tell everyone.
Right. So I had to tell people, I'm like, you know what? There are probably people that don't go and get it done because they think it's like really horrible. Number one, you go to Dr. Elliot Feinberg, and number one, it's a great
Down
conversation.
by BJ's?
Yeah, it's a great conversation with Elliot, right? It's like a chance to have absolutely hilarious conversation with him.
You talking
and then,
about?
Yeah, and then out cold.
yeah,
It's
you're
the
out. Yeah,
best.
so yeah,
It's the best.
No big
when
deal.
you wake up.
the
not
best.
a
It's the best.
care-
It's the best.
Not a care in the world.
Oh, my
Just
God.
for a little
Yeah.
while, not a care in the world. I don't know what they give you, but and you know what? And if more people would get them and be less scared about this, it would make a big difference in people's health.
It's,
You know what I'm saying?
you see
It's
the
prevention.
good. You see the good that
He's
doing?
trying to recover on this whole topic.
No,
right?
I was
can't
scared. I was
believe we're talking
horrified.
about your colonoscopy.
I got a picture. You want to see
Right?
it? I
No, I don't wanna see
listen.
it.
I got a picture.
I
I
got a
got the
picture.
skins in my car.
I can show you, but people are horrified and they're scared to have it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but they
Every time I
shouldn't be.
hear people lately, it's been, in and out. I was fine 3 hours. I
Right.
was out in 15 minutes or some
And they're
some
like, why
ridiculous
would I worry?
amount of number.
Because everybody's like that. Everybody, there's something in it, you know, like people are fearful of like speaking in public, right? I mean, like fear, like beyond fear.
Yep.
And that's how I was with, this whole talk of this colonoscopy. People are telling me like, they like use garden hose. All this. No, I'm saying, you just hear all this stuff that people say, right? But
Yeah.
you go and it's not a big deal. So people should really think about, what they can find today. You know what I mean? It's really a lifesaver for a lot of people. And, so that's my spiel. If you want to see my picture.
Well,
That is a solid.
you could,
She's like, you got pictures?
I mean, he likes so much. You're only supposed to have it once every 5 years.
Yeah,
He goes
no,
every
no.
he goes
No,
every
no.
6 months.
No.
Because he loves it. I mean, it's just, he can't
No,
wait.
funny
It was
is that-
great.
Can't wait for the next time to go. You
The
know?
funniest thing is I had to go to the grocery store because at the time, I don't know if they do that, but you can take a bunch of pills. I don't know what it does, but well,
You know what it
You know what it
And, but you
does.
have to
Yeah,
drink
right,
a lot of, but you have to drink a lot of fluids, right?
Yeah.
And they have to be like clear fluids, like this stuff, right?
Right.
So when I went to the grocery store, I pull out the old carriage. Don't I bump into a guy? Guess what he's got in his carriage? The same stuff I got in my carriage.
And you're like,
all the clear liquid
colonoscopy,
stuff.
yeah?
Yeah, right. No, I didn't say it, but he looked at me. I looked at him. You know what I
Nodded
mean?
a little.
I should have thrown some like Twinkies in or something, so and bread, so I looked like inconspicuous. But both of us had our carriages, and the only thing that was in there was like clear liquids. There was nothing else
So
in
you
there.
could tell people
I
at home they
should've
know
put-
how old we are
I
because
should've
of
put
this
I should
conversation.
have put a sign. Have a colonoscopy done.
Because you're only what? You're only 14, right?
Very young.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
29
she
again.
hasn't. What does it start when you're 50 or something? They do them.
50, I guess.
I think
yeah.
it's 50.
I'm
They
50.
start right. So you
Yeah,
want
so-
you got
I
a
don't
while
have a
away.
problem.
You and Nick.
So you guys
Yeah.
are clearly above that.
Oh
hump.
yeah, we're above that.
So
But he's not. He's not. How old are you?
58.
Yeah, he's a lot younger than me. I'm 63. So, Yeah.
Hey, my colonoscopy came out just fine. So I'll be around for a little while, as far as I'm
Hey.
concerned. Right? You know what I mean? I'll be around. Got
Speaking
into
of that, Don is
What's
asking.
Don doing?
He's very interested, and he wants to know who's going to win the race. You guys know about the plan, right?
Yeah, I
Oh, the
heard.
mayor's
So,
race.
The mayor's race. All three of you are going to race, do a lap. Who do you think's going to win? Don bet Steve.
I
think so,
I
too.
think so. Yeah. Yeah.
You're the.
So one year they asked
I
us.
do bike. Do
you?
I mean, I didn't this summer because I
have a
was kind of
bike.
preoccupied. But
I drove by a bike once. I looked at it.
he
I was standing. I was standing.
That's another sport I can
I was
afford.
standing. I was standing
Who's
next
it
to
should
one
be? Who's
yesterday.
going to win the
I was
mayor's
at
race?
Gearworks yesterday. I was standing
yeah?
next to a $6,000 bicycle.
That's it.
Oh, have you ever lifted him up? They're like, you can lift him up with your pinky.
Carbon
Crazy.
fiber.
Yeah.
Crazy.
At the launch show, I got to feel some pretty
So,
awesome bikes.
I don't know about these kinds of contests, and I'll tell you why. When Jeff Bean was mayor, I forget. I don't know what the team was. Maybe the Sharks or something. But they were practicing and promoting at the Civic Center. So they came up with this idea. You know, they're doing this promotion. So they had us go to the Civic Center, and they had all the ice, and they had an obstacle course set up, and we had like cleats or something on our feet. And so what you had to do is, you know, you walk over to the first station. Put your pants on. The next thing, put your pads on. Next thing, put your your shirt on.
This was part of the-
Yeah, part of the obstacle course. Jeff and I are doing the obstacle. See, it doesn't end. And so the obstacle course. So we get to like the third one. And we're probably neck and neck, but you get this competitive thing in you. You know, it's like you all of a sudden.
Who
it's,
won?
So I fell. I slipped.
no.
It broke
So he
my
didn't
finger.
win.
No, I broke my finger.
on.
So what are you gonna do? Like a wimp, it's, my thing, right? So I had to like put my shirt. The next stop was putting your shirt over yourself, and I had a broken finger, and I'm like trying to get the,
Really?
So
Well, you caught yourself or something, and you.
yeah, I just I was trying to rush.
Yeah.
Lost my balance, slipped a little down on my
So you
hand. and
lost.
I lost.
That's a good thing. Okay. Good.
Jeff Bean. Yeah, so Fitchburg's got one up.
He'll probably try to loosen the bolts on mine. Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah. You know what I got? I got a little game.
Ah, Jesus.
Yeah. You wanted it to be not so serious.
I'm gonna eat a chocolate. You play games, I'll have a chocolate.
That's
chip.
fine. So I got a little game.
Oh, you mean it's been serious up to this point?
Very serious.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, that was me serious.
Did you think it was serious?
Yeah, that was me.
You guys
being
got your
serious.
coats on.
Yeah.
I
got
only
serious.
did because he did.
Yeah. I know. He would have been just in the shirt sleeves.
All right, let me grab my game. Okay.
It's
It
like
is.
bingo or something.
Yeah. What is
It's
this?
mayoral write-ins. Okay, I went to the city hall and I got the write-in names.
The write-in.
The
Who?
write-in
peop-
for mayor.
Which what? Him and me?
And you. Okay.
Wow.
The mayoral
Real
write-ins.
or fictional? Or
Real
trying to
or
figure out-
fictional?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could guess, and you're both gonna guess, because why not?
Okay.
Okay. So let's see, and I will hold up the real or the fictional. So the first one, a softball. Dean Mozzarella.
You spelled my name wrong.
No, this is write-in. Did someone write in Dean Mozzarella?
No.
I'll say yes.
Yes? The real answer is fiction.
Okay.
Fiction, because by now everybody should know how to spell Dean's name.
Right.
22 years?
That's why I figured it was real.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fitchburg.
Real.
Mickey Mouse.
Real.
Did someone write in Mickey Mouse?
Every election.
Somebody does.
Somebody
that.
writes in
That's
Mickey
right.
Mouse.
So I'm saying
Real?
it's real.
Real?
Fictional.
Really?
No one
no
wrote
Mickey
in Mickey
Mouse?
Mouse.
People in Fitchburg.
Wow.
No one
Okay.
wrote in
Nobody's
Mickey
got any
Mouse.
sense of humor.
I know. I guess not.
No? Next, Fitchburg. Minnie Mouse.
All right.
I'll say
Minnie
real.
Mouse.
Real.
Real? It is real.
Real.
It
Yep.
is real because Fitchburg
Well-
knows who the real power in the relationship is.
Oh, so this is like sexist.
Flash it up there too.
Hey, that's
Okay.
how I roll.
Yeah.
I'm biased.
But every election, somebody writes in
Yeah.
Donald
Oh,
Duck.
yeah.
What else we got?
Chuck
Norris in
No.
Leominster.
No,
Chuck Norris.
absolutely not.
Fiction.
Fiction? It is fiction.
Yeah.
See?
It is
Okay.
fiction.
I don't
Yep.
know why, but I just guessed fiction.
Well, I can
Yeah.
understand why people would vote
I don't
for
even
Chuck
know
Norris.
if many people today know who Chuck
Yeah,
Norris
yeah.
is.
Well, the boogeyman checks his closet for Chuck Norris.
Oh, is that right?
Really?
Yeah.
The
When Chuck Norris does push-ups, he doesn't push up. He pushes the earth down.
Really?
Yeah.
That's scary.
you don't tell that to your kid, do you? Poor kid.
Okay.
You know, once all these little kids, I was in a classroom reading a book, and the kids were like really freaked out. I'm like, "What's the matter?" And the teacher said, "I don't know. Some kid came to school and said he saw the boogeyman last night." All the kids were like freaked out, and I guess, they sleep with the lights on. The parents drive them crazy. So I had some 8.5 by 11s printed up, and it said, "Wanted, given a reward,
Boogeyman.
cash. Anybody can find the boogeyman." So I went back to the class and I said, "If anybody can take a picture, show me something, anything from the boogeyman, I'll give you a cash reward." And
You
the
get
kids
it?
were like, "Really?" I'm like, "No, of course
No,
not."
it's
But they
bad.
felt better.
You never know,
But
they
they
can
felt
fake it.
better because they figured, And
You
I
were
told
on
them,
the case.
we never found one. We never found the boogeyman.
You didn't.
But every kid believes in the boogeyman at some point.
All right, let's see what's next. Fitchburg. Cheeseburger.
Oh, jeez.
Cheeseburger.
I'll
Did
say
they
real.
think cheeseburger should be mayor?
Real.
Or did I just make that up?
You made it up.
You made it up?
Yep.
It's real.
Really?
It is real. Someone
Wow.
voted for cheeseburger.
Somebody
What's
went,
that?
hey,
Someone voted for
Yeah,
cheeseburger.
somebody went through that, all that effort
all
of
that
using all
effort,
those
that's right.
letters
Yep,
when they
yep.
could have just put,
They were hungry.
checked off
They wanted a one.
Yeah.
DiNatale. or
That's right,
something,
right.
They
Fill in
wanted
the
a
circle.
one-plate mayor.
A lot of effort went into that.
So actually, you have to fill in the oval and actually have to write
Did they
in the
spell it
words.
right?
Actually,
Was it spelled right?
yeah, they were missing an E. It
Okay.
was actually cheeseburger.
All right.
Ches.
Okay, last one. Donald Trump, Leominster.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
believe.
I believe
I
that.
absolutely 100% believe that somebody did.
Yeah, real.
See?
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
No, it's not.
No?
It is not
Fictional?
surprising. No.
Oh,
it's-
that's surprising. It is real.
It's
really.
real.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know it was part
Oh,
of the stunt.
Leominster.
Yeah.
Leominster, Leominster.
So those are all votes people could have voted for me, but decided to waste that vote.
On Donald Trump.
I'm going to track those people.
They said, you know what? Dean,
Yeah.
John Roberts. No,
The Trumpster.
Donald Trump.
Trump.
Happens. You know,
In Fitchburg, there
was
was also
cheeseburger.
Miss Piggy.
really?
Oh, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Piggy was another one? Really? All right.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's all right. As long as. But I mean, imagine like leaving your house or like coming out of work to go all the way to the polls so you can write Donald Duck.
Cheeseburger or
I don't
whatever.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? At
Well, they
least put
probably
in like
voted-
Pinhead or something.
Yeah,
you know
they
what I mean?
voted
Like-
for other people though. Maybe they really wanted to
The
vote for
ward
the
counselor,
councils.
the ward counselor write-ins were pretty comical too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was a lot of anyone but him.
Is that
and,
right?
Their own name. There was there was more fictional characters. I got a couple votes.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Ward counselor. No mayor. No one thought I should be mayor.
Not yet.
No competition, Steve.
Not yet.
Trust me, if you're sane.
Although I heard rumors that I was running a write-in campaign for mayor. Someone told me that.
Well, maybe that's where the
Wow.
cheeseburger.
Facebook. That's Facebook for
That's where
ya.
the cheeseburger.
Chessburger.
Well, that's the other thing about Facebook is a lot of times you have to get on there just to straighten the facts out because things can really turn, I mean.
Like the refugees at the
Yeah. Things can really turn, and you really got to sometimes just step in and, kind of get things corrected because it can really, the old phone thing. And it happens on Facebook just as much where people insert
blah,
the
blah,
wrong
blah.
information or even a little, even incorrectly, just a word or two can change the whole, set of
There's
facts.
got to be a whole science with this Facebook thing. I mean, there's
Science?
There's a science
for
as
them.
to whether
See,
to
we need a
respond or
class.
not to respond. You know what I mean? To respond or not to respond.
I think that you can respond often,
But then
in the right way.
But then you continue the dialogue. If it's
Yeah.
kind of off the wall, it's like, what?
Well, yeah, some
you don't-
You know what I mean?
things.
Yeah.
Right. You
you know what I mean? So you don't respond. He responds to everything, though, according to him. Even
the
though
most
it's,
part.
even though it's off the wall.
But I would respond if somebody sent me an email, right? So it's just a different. It's just other people have today. When I first ran for office, you bang on everybody's door. Everybody had either the Telegram or the Sentinel,
Right.
And they read it from the very first page and read every single bit of it down to the legal notices. They used to have divorces in there, births. They read everything, right? Real estate transfers, the community section, everything. And now people just don't have that. Not everybody reads the paper anymore. And so the information comes from a whole lot of places. So it's really kind of a good resource to be able to dialogue with people. And I guess you can choose to use it whichever way you want. But it's a really good tool, I think, to use. But some people don't. And
Dean, you need to
must
get
be
home.
old.
3 a.m. comes early, my
3,
friend.
yes.
How-
Overslept last night.
Everyone's asking,
Anthony
what time do you
Bellata.
go to bed if you wake up at 3
I
a.m. every
know.
morning?
I don't know, but when
You
I was
don't
a
know?
cop, I worked the midnight shift, and I think it just messed up my clock, and that was 1984. And honestly,
See, this is what I mean. See, this the real conspiracy is that Dean is a cyborg running off of cold fusion.
cold fusion.
Right?
That's true.
Well, that's true.
But I can't.
Confirmed.
For some reason, between anywhere from 2:45 to 3:15, 3:30, I just
Your
wake up.
natural clock.
I just wake up.
What time you go to sleep?
11, could be 12. I mean, usually it's
The man,
So you
the
won't.
man
You're
might be a
operating on about
cyborg.
4 hours.
5 maybe, but never more than that. But I don't feel bad or anything.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
get.
So is that what we should expect from Steve?
Everybody's
to-
different, I guess. You know what I mean? And just
I'm about a 4 o'clock, 4:30
Yeah.
guy.
4 o'clock?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pretty early.
so you wake up and then you start thinking of
Start ready.
things. You check your email.
That's right. That's what I do. I check my
yeah,
and
it's
I'll
just-
respond, and people will be. It's 4:15. What are you doing?
Yeah, like what are you doing?
But they'll do that at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
when they
Respond
get
back
up.
when they get up.
Yeah.
They'll
Well,
see it,
remember, when I started as a cop, nothing was open at night. Literally.
Yeah, that's right.
The world went
Yeah.
to sleep. In fact, TV went off at 12 at night, and that little thing came
Yeah.
on, and it was static for the whole night.
The,
And
test
then-
pattern.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
and,
yeah.
and then they came up with this thing called V66. It was like 24/7 music videos.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, that's right.
They came up with
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
and then
V66, huh?
V66, and then a new little supermarket opened on Pleasant Street. There's still a little supermarket there. It was called the Day-Night Superstore. And I thought,
Yeah.
who in the world is going to, this guy's open around the clock. Who's going to come into this place? And you know what? Places always, he did business right through there. Now gas stations are open, the
Everything's
coffee
open,
shop.
yeah.
We're a 24/7 society.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
a lot of nurses or
CVS
professional
is-
people get home. They work different shifts. They get home at 2. They have a question to ask.
Yeah.
So I get up and I don't mind answering. If I'm awake, I answer it.
We used to-
But it's the best part of the day though is early morning.
Because no one's around to.
Yeah, it's
to-
quiet.
Yeah, you can get
it's
you can get so
peaceful.
much done.
You can look at the stars. I mean, there's so much. The world is waking. I love to watch. The town, city wake up in the morning.
Yeah,
little by little.
I'm a 5 a.m.er.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah.
Yep, 5.
So just people work different
but
shifts.
before
and-
5 seems a little crazy to me.
My favorite though favorite for entertainment is reading Facebook on Saturday night. It's good.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best.
Ah, no.
Anything gets said.
I love it.
Things get said that are unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, half those people. I'm waking up at 3. A lot of people are just getting in.
Is that right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you were 19,
yeah.
coming in from the cinema lounge,
I
5
used
in the
to-
morning with the
yeah.
birds.
The
Go to Denny's,
Clemmy's
Clem's, and all those places were open.
Clemmy's Little Kitchen.
Right.
I used to work in there when I got out of service. Yeah. That was closing when the people left.
Right. Right.
You just keep,
Right.
you know, bars
Today-
would close at 2, but
Listen.
Like a
place would
Denny's.
be open at 3, 3:30, 4 o'clock. People coming in to get something to eat.
It's funny because millennials no longer need. I mean, you don't have to worry about meeting people. At that particular time, you had to go like to the cinema lounge.
Yeah,
you had
that's
to go
right.
to
Yeah,
the,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Now
the,
you do- now you do
Mohawk
it on
Club or
Facebook,
something. Hopefully,
Match.com.
right, you'd meet somebody.
The red
Today,
checker.
the red
Remember
checker,
the red
all those
checker? The red
places.
checker was 24 hours.
Burger
It was breakfast.
place.
You could have
Yeah.
breakfast 24 hours a
Could
day.
eat
It was like
Pepperoncinis at
Denny's.
3 in the morning.
what's the one down at the mall now?
Denny's.
Denny's. That's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
24/7, right? Yeah.
But
yeah.
none of the millennials need to go to those places anymore because they find significant others and socialize differently than we did. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
I do.
that's so it's much different. So the world's changing now, and you know, millennials prefer to go to a little rooftop cafe or you know what I'm saying? They just
like Chai Bow.
Well, yeah, they
dessert
like that,
bars.
and I like those places myself. I can't take those loudspeakers anymore. That boy,
Yeah,
all
that's
that
right.
loud
Yeah,
noise.
that
I just
big-
you
yeah.
want to talk to somebody. I don't want to, you know. I think when I went out like the Mohawk and stuff, I don't know if I ever remember talking to anybody. I just said
Mohawk.
yes.
God, the
You know, 'cause
Buttercup.
yeah, the Buttercup.
Buttercup.
It was so loud. You know, live
Yeah.
bands and somebody's talking. And you can't hear what they're saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But today's changed, and so social media for a lot of people is a way that you know. I mean, I have a lot of friends that
Just remember the Elbow Lounge.
Elbow Lounge, yeah.
Elbow Lounge, right across from Clemmy's.
Yeah.
Little kitchen. Oh, yeah.
Oh, a lot of bars at the
Oh,
time
yeah.
that were like
Oh, yeah.
nightclubs, but there
What
was
was the
very
one,
few
what was the one
around.
where the, I keep forgetting, where the restaurant is now?
Scampies?
No.
Where?
It was in the back. Oh, God.
Scampies was big,
The
and
Plymouth
then
Cafe, across from there.
oh,
Used to be-
Spencer's.
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 That's right. Yep.
Every
that
place
was
a-
another one.
Every place. In fact,
Yep.
when I was a cop, every single bar, no matter how big or small it was, had a New Year's Eve party with food,
That's right.
and a
Yeah,
cover
yeah,
charge,
yeah,
and a band.
yeah, yeah.
Now you could barely find 15
Yeah,
people out
yeah.
on New Year's
Nobody
Eve
goes out,
anymore.
or they go to house parties. That's
Yeah.
it, don't
Or
they?
they
I mean,
go-
or they don't go out at all.
Or eat,
Yeah.
you know, go to get Chinese food.
Chinese
and go
food
home.
and go home.
Yeah,
That's
I've
right.
gone to Boston
Right.
and every place is packed.
Yeah, that's
gotta wait in
that's
line.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
different. That and Worcester still has first night, and
Oh, yeah?
and so does Boston, and there are a few cities, but for the most part, again, millennials get together in their house or their apartment, or
right.
I mean,
Right.
there's more of those kinds of.
I heard
things.
we used to do a first Thursday or first night, Leominster
night.
and Fitchburg.
We did.
Is it first night like
Yes.
like first of the year?
It was the
night?
first night.
Yeah.
It was the bona fide, certified, real, licensed.
Year's
yes,
Day,
it was
or-
that name. You had to buy that name first night. It was a
Really?
franchise, so you had
Oh.
to get pay into the rights and all that.
How
but
long ago was that? Did we do that?
I'd
was a
say
while
20
ago,
years
right?
ago.
Yeah.
And
What happened?
well, you know what? It was really expensive. We did it between the two cities. It went really well. Like this, you could go to this. You buy the button.
the
You go-
button.
Oh, yeah.
Skating rink. You could go to Orchard Hills. There was entertainment everywhere. Number one, you couldn't possibly get to everything. And
That's
number
good.
two, it was very expensive to do for one day. You know what I'm saying? In other
Yeah.
words,
Didn't
it was
make the
like
money
$40,000 or
back.
$50,000 for one day.
Oh, to
Right.
license it?
So, well, no, just for the whole event. So you had to go out and raise all that money for one day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we started saying, it got really expensive, and so we started to think about what you could do with that money, and that's how we ended up with our festival. That's how we ended up with our strolls and the
yeah.
tree lightings and everything else. Same way.
Raising.
Well, not
So that you
instead of
could-
doing it in one night, we just sort of spread it out over 20 or 30 different activities rather than that, one night.
What is that stroll? Is that-
We already had it.
You had it, right?
On Saturday?
We already had it Saturday. Yeah. It went
crowd
well.
or what?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
huge. We had a good time. Then we had the tree lighting.
I saw the pictures on Facebook.
Now we have the Colonial Band concert. Actually, it's a concert, Boston Boys something at the
Inside-
library on
inside-
Saturday.
oh, library, okay.
And then Saturday night and Friday